Billy D here, and this is your Weekly Buzz. We're going to get buzzed on a healthy lifestyle. Now, you know we're on a major crusade to save the health of this country, and one of the things on a major crusade is to help the health of the children in this country. We now have upwards of 25% of the kids in the United States of America on daily dope, prescription drugs, and the number one prescription drug that most kids are on today are drugs for asthma, and our big concern is to take care of the health of asthma in this country. Alright, now we know the medical approach is the crisis care, the buildings burning down approach. Yeah, if your kid's they're about ready to die, yeah, we need to use drugs. But let's figure out how to get your child, or even you, healthy again, rather than taking, bong rips off of your albuterol. Let's not only just deal with your symptoms, but let's correct the cause of the problem. Now, my good friend Dr. Chestnut says disease is caused by two things: deficiency and toxicity. So let's break that down next. So now let's talk about the healthy approach. And remember what B.J. Palmer said. He said, the power that made the body heals the body. Okay? Remember, a sperm cell, an egg cell, two cells come together, and 9 months later, 70 trillion cells later, there's a human life. To me, that's a miracle, and I want to get you to understand that there's an intelligence here, and if you work with that intelligence, you're going to have a better expression for health. I don't want you to think we're trying to treat disease. The body heals itself, but you need to provide it with what it needs so it can heal itself. So we're going to talk about that now. So first of all, let's get the toxicity. We know that I've been going off about vaccines forever. Vaccines create the toxicity from the day kids are born. You're pumping in all these chemicals that create the allergic response, the asthmatic problems, the sickness and disease that help promote the medical cartel, which helps sell more drugs, because the medical cartel only does good when people are sick. So that's what the whole vaccine premise is about, in my humble opinion. So let's talk about other toxicity that people have in their life. Dairy. Get the dairy. You're not a cow. The cows today are fed foods they're not designed to eat. They're loaded up with hormones. They're vaccinated. They have antibiotics. Get the dairy out. Get the sugar out. Sugar just creates all kinds of havoc in the system. The other thing I want to make sure is most people live in a pro-inflammatory state. So that's why it's big. People need to get sufficient with things like their omega-3s. Most people's omega-6 to omega-3s is so out of balance, and it creates a pro-inflammatory response, causing the heart disease, causing the cancer, and obviously causing things like asthma. So we're going to get back to just eating food. My God, most people eat garbage and trash. And if you want to be healthy and you want your kids healthy, let's get back to eating food. Okay, another thing that people are deficient in is, guess what, folks? Is exercise. Your body was designed by God to move. Get out and move some blood. Get some oxygen loaded. Create health and harmony in that body. Provide the body with the necessary exercise that it needs to be healthy. Now we're back to deficiency, and one of the most overlooked deficiencies in human health happens to be nerve flow. Your brain talks to your organs through the nervous system. And if there's any vertebral misalignment that can pinch or compress nerves, your body is deficient with the energy that it needs to run itself. So our objective with the chiropractic adjustment is to free up the nerves, not to get rid of your symptoms, not get rid of your disease. It's to allow the body to express its true potential in life. So one of the very first subluxation a kid can have can be from the birth process. It can be subluxation or misalignment of the vertebrae of the upper cervical spine. That can cause just an overall malfunction in the entire body. The brain stems here, the brain stems part of the brain that runs all the stuff you're not thinking about. Thank God for that. The other area that's super important to check, especially with people with asthma, is the upper thoracic spine. We want to make sure that there's no interference there. So what I recommend is you find a competent chiropractor that takes care and adjusts subluxation, but also takes care of kids and does an assessment of your spine to recognize whether or not you have subluxation. If you have subluxation, you can benefit from that because we're removing interference, we're decreasing deficiency in the nerve flow of your body so that you can express 100% of your God-given potential. Have a great week.